is a modular integrated landscaping system. That's what it stands for. Basically, you build them on top of your standard base plate. It's a brick thick or more, depending on the group you're with. But for us, we're going to stand with just a single brick height. And then on top of that is a plate. You fill up the entire plate, or the entire base plate, and then that becomes your mills plate. So what that allows you to do is, if you're doing a building, of course it gives you better stability, better foundation. So when you try to pick them up, you don't have the flimsy plate and everything starts to bend on you. So that's part of it, but part of the name, landscaping system. What that allows you to do is, if you're doing some parks or some just outdoor scenes or just anything like that, you can start to put some depth to add some like rivers or beach scene or anything like that. So if you look at this, we've got our corners, just a single 2x2, but then there's a 4 stud 3-pin Technic brick on the edge. Some people use a 2-pin, which is fine, and if you were doing roads, you would have to use a 2-pin. You can use the other holes for wiring your lights and whatever else you want to do if you get into that point. But a 2-pin would work here, and you would just have it connect into this other first pin on this 3-hole brick. So 4-pin or a 2-pin would work. If you use a 2-pin, just make sure to put another stud or another brick here. Notice that they have left the edges unfinished, like I was saying not to do. And what I would do is do a full row. If you were to finish up each one of these rows, so it's a full that's layer all the way around.
You can do that with one, you know, like 1x10s or.
Yeah, but still on the edges, it's always, I feel like from stability perspective, it's better to have 2x. It's just as stronger on the edge.
So I think what he's shown here is just a standard of like how it is. So there's actually a very, very good website, Carl probably knows about this too. It's called L-Gauge website. So you can go on there, they have PDFs on how to build everything from these mills plates to the road plates to the curve plates.
To water plates.
To water plates, road plates, dirt
L-Gauge
you know,
yes. They've actually got the specs for the train layout stuff that we're going to be doing. The modular train layout stuff that we'll be doing.
Can you guys put a link on Discord?
But as you can see on this, every 2 studs, there's another brick. That gives us the stability to where you have the corners of each one of the 4x plates is going to be touching a corner of that brick, so everything just starts to overlap with each other. You okay?
They don't need that wall. He's
doing
some demo.
The wall of sweet Jesus. Okay.
You're gonna have to separate those two.
Rusty's gonna have to start working here to replace a wall soon.
I forgot not sitting on a chair.
But I posted in Discord, if you were to follow the exact bricks on this, there's a total of 93 2x2 bricks, 8 1x4 Technic bricks, and 64 plates makes 1 mills plate. But with the roads, what we've done with the roads is we're starting to use, because it's cheaper than brick built roads, we're using the road plates that Lego has started to produce that aren't the old 32x32 roads. These are 16x16 2-plate thick roads. So what we've worked out, or what I've worked out with a couple other people, is we're going to do a 6-stud sidewalk. So you've got 3 2x2 tiles on either side of the road. And then to create the line that goes on either side of the road itself, and to also extend the width of the road just enough for your 8-stud cars, we've used a plate of gray, or dark gray, a plate of white, and then a brick of gray. And those are attached using the back ends of the headlight bricks. So if you put the headlight brick on stud 6 of the edge of the road, that will allow this row of 2 plates and 1 brick to create the edging of your road. So the best way to do the spacing for that with your plates is using the 4x6 plates. That makes it nice and easy for that section instead of the 4x4s. And then right underneath the road, it's just a single layer of plates that holds them up. I just dropped one, that's okay. And then another set of sidewalk and edge.
Now, I've got tiles on the edges of them, except for the places where they connect with the headlight.
Yeah.
So you can do that.
Yeah, I will give credit to a YouTuber for this who has been detrimental in creating this design. It is Bevan's Bricks. He was on one of our meetings.
Bevan, you thought?
Bevan's Bricks,
Yeah.
Daryl Bevins. So he was the one who helped get that design together.
Is he the one that also has like how to do corners?
Yes.
Yes.
He's got a bunch.
He's got a bunch of stuff.
He's a great YouTuber.
Although he's not putting out as much anymore because most of his stuff that he's doing is online store based because he's putting his light shop up and running.
Yeah.
So, and his printing. He's actually, one of the things, I haven't bought them yet, but I'm gonna have to because I'm kind of a stickler like that. The white line in the middle of the road is meant for a single direction, not for having one go one way and one go the other way. We're supposed to have that middle yellow line. He has started printing these same tiles with yellow ink
Yeah,
in
that's
them.
cool.
So,
Hey, it's a European city.
I know. I know.
That's true.
But we aren't in Denmark, dang it.
Why the hell not?
So, that's how we're gonna do the roads. You don't have to put in like all of the extra stuff as far as the
Grills.
grates and things like that for drainage or anything like
But
that.
you can put custom stuff, like if you
But
want to put
yeah.
potholes, if you want to put spots for
Yeah, I've got
lampposts.
potholes in mine on some of them. I mean, it's whatever you want to do, but just try to keep the width on how we did the 2 plates and a brick on either side of the road plate itself, just to keep the same widths if we're connecting our roads together. The train itself, this one, we've had several discussions online and a lot of confusion on heights, positionings. So far, it's been a lot of kind of confusion. So when you're looking at a mill's train, what you've got to deal with is height more than anything, because you're ballasting the train, you're making sure that it's also going to fit at the same height level. I know your railroad crossing is not quite the same height.
Why not? It's supposed to be. It's standard and
That's-
fitting his.
Alright, you've got too high.
Bring it out. See? It's just like yours.
That's 100. Oh.
Don't be lying.
No, because your ballasting is different going across the road. Duh.
As a
It
European
depends,
railroad
it
track.
depends on how you wanna do yours.
Yeah, it's all about the ballasting.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, you judge by the rail height.
Yeah.
And how you
So
do
the
whatever
rail
that
height
you want.
itself.
The rest of it, the bottom is fine.
If you look at the rail height itself, you've got your standard mills plate, so you've got your 1 brick and 1 plate. But then once you go up from that, you've got, if I'm remembering correctly, this is another set of plates, and then we've got our actual track on top of that, and then you fill in all the gaps with a 3rd row of plate, basically.
And then you tile on top.
And then you tile on top.
And the trains don't even slow down with corners a lot of
I'm gonna let
times.
Michael talk about that one.
Yeah, so I'm gonna get into that.
Take a picture of that, Rob, where you know it.
Basically, the biggest thing, like I said, height
Let's
for
get
the train
that,
tracks.
get that on
If
edge.
we don't
Well-
have that, then we have a problem where we're gonna have to put a shim or some cardboard or something under your plate, just so it's the
Is that
same
like
height
yours?
as the track comes across.
Yes. The second thing is placement of the track on the mill's plate.
That is true.
That has to line up to where it has to be
Yeah.
in a certain spot, so that it'll match up with other mill's plate track.
You always put it in the middle, right? In the middle of the 16 one?
Middle of the 16.
Yeah.
Yes.
Middle of the
So
city.
you will
can-
have 2 studs on either
You'll have two
side
sides
of
on
a
either
16.
side of it.
So
Or
like
if you-
Carl has his on 32 by 32s.
Because he's got 2 sets of
Right,
tracks.
so that's the
Well,
other thing
some,
that you
yeah,
do. If
some
you
of it,
do-
then I've got single track and I've got multi-track.
But you can combine them if you.
He
do
got
all the
5
same.
tracks.
Yeah, you get into the yard, I'm 6 wide. And it's
So
gonna be
yeah,
wide
that's
as
the
that.
other thing. Height and then positioning is 2 studs from the edge. Just remember that on a 16. And then if you're doing a double wide, so to speak,
It's 2,
it's
4,
2 and 4 and then 2. So, thank you for bringing that up.
Can you show, like, talk about this, what you did, because this has all electronics in it, and it's got, but you built up height, like, the way that you just connected to that piece is interesting, because this was what would connect to a road.
And it looks,
Looks phenomenal.
visually to me, it looks taller than one of these plates, but it's not.
I think it's because he's got the tiles in
Yeah.
the track.
Yeah.
Well, one of the biggest things is bring your road plate.
Here's a road plate and here's a track plate.
There's your difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I build mine taller because I have to get my electronics under
Yep.
it.
Which is a feature of Mills,
Mhm.
which is a big feature of Mills.
It looks like it's only, a
One.
standard block higher,
Like 2 bricks.
you know, like 2 bricks high.
Yeah.
Yeah, as far as my roads, where this is just a plate, mine is a whole brick tall. And then I put the road on top. As far as this goes, yeah, I think mine,
2 bricks.
So
yeah,
they're
it's a
connected-
whole nother.
Well, you could, he builds all of
blades
it like
under
that,
it.
but like if we were connecting, we just do an adapter.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing. I've been
Yeah,
building
He has
my own
adapters
adapter.
Yeah.
for that purpose.
Yeah.
I've got one too, where I've actually taken the Lego thing and tilted it. So it actually is at one end, it's the actual size of the
Oh,
height that you're using, which
Yeah.
is, it's same height
Yeah.
mine are built differently.
Exactly.
And it's raised up to where it clicks up to the brick height, so it's,
Yeah, I just been using these here and just adapting.
Yeah.
Just drop it down. But I do have the, changes, cause that's what I had to do, to connect in the Carmelas when we did that in there.
Because mine are
Yeah.
like that,
Yeah.
like Kipp, so.
Yeah,
Yeah, but they're
exactly.
connected perfectly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
yeah, there's different ways, it just, all it takes is Lego.
Yeah, and I also think that's the point of the mills, is because it gives you the ability to do different heights and different variations and stuff, and you can't do all this electronics, like, there's some legit, like this does lights, it does, I don't know if you have sound on there.
Yeah, it's got
But
sound and
sound,
everything.
so is it hooked up to do?
No, I didn't bring.
You didn't bring
it.
the power supply.
He bring his reactor.
Yeah, my reactor.
Yeah.
I forgot it.
Good job, Kipp.
Everybody hang out, I'm gonna get the grill started up, and we'll have hot dogs in probably 20 or 30 minutes. How's
If
that?
anybody wants to help me build this, come on over.